Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of College of the Dead, publisher of more than 1,000 independent comic books. There is a war on woke over at Warner Brothers Discovery. It's not just Zaslav knocking out Batgirl, knocking out Strange Adventures. He's knocking out anything that's woke. He don't want it. And neither does his team. Hey, they paid billions of dollars to get into business with Warner Media. They want things the way they want things. Now, here's a great article from Bounding Into Comics, a great website. You definitely should check it out. I'll make sure I have a link to it in the description. YouTube persona Doomcock, so this is from the YouTube persona Doomcock, is sharing mind-blowing truth why Batgirl was really canceled, which is, the end of the Batgirl movie. Wait till you hear what it's about. Woke is no longer welcome at Warner Brothers. Zaslav is not down with that. He's not into that. He's not hearing that. He's not having that. Let's get into the article further. Before we do, please do subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications, and give me a thumbs up when you like it. It's a huge help. There's no doubt that there's more to the story of Batgirl getting canceled, and while we may never know everything, YouTube character, newsbreaker Doomcock says he was told the reason why the film was shelved. And not just because they don't like woke stuff. This is amazing. In one of his latest videos, Doomcock reveals his sources told him that Batgirl was terminated due to more than a tax write-off, and Warner Discovery's CEO, David Zaslav, is at war with wokeness. Doesn't like it. First, Doomcock shared info sent his way that he was assumed, but couldn't verify, originated on Reddit. It was actually posted on 4chan and previously covered by the great Bounding Into Comics. So, long story short, here's what's going on. As they've already covered, Zaslav wants DC content reserved for big budget blockbusters, right? So they're trying to build the brands. They're trying to make them larger than life. They're not trying to do a cheapy TV version of something. They want big time dollars for their blockbuster films. They want to replace Marvel. And as they say in Bounding Into Comics, eventually Marvel's going to fall out of favor, which, it's happened in the comics too over the years. Marvel's hot. DC's cool. DC heats up. Marvel cools down. Marvel gets popular again. But now, with the editorial direction of Marvel, they've embraced the wokeness at Disney like crazy. It's going to ultimately destroy and knock down all the brands. They'll have all the representation they want and none of the people wanting to see the movies. This phase, or New Frontier, is supposed to kick off with Black Adam, who, according to YouTuber Comic Book Cast 2, could be on track to become DCU's answer to Thanos. Next, Doomcock shared a rumor, one that allegedly came from his Hollywood spies, that he's told Warner Brothers did not want to get out. Here it is. The source claimed you're not going to believe it. The source claimed Warner Media, even before the merger with Discovery, has been at war against the woke movies they've been stuck with, contrary to popular opinion. So it's not like Warner Media liked what they were doing. So far, contracts in place have stymied their efforts and will continue to stymie their efforts for a bit, so expect to see some woke stuff slip through the cracks. But it's not what Warner Media wanted, it's not what AT&T wanted, and it's not what Zaslav wants, and Zaslav has taken action. There is a glimmer of hope, however, as the effort to suspend politically divisive content, that is to say propaganda regardless of gender, religion, and ethnicity alone, led to the shutdown of CNN+, in addition to massive losses. $300 million to launch CNN+ on the production side and another $100 million to promote CNN+. Totally not worth it. It's not like it was a hot brand at CNN and people wanted more of it. If they don't want more, giving them more is not going to make money. Allegedly, AT&T and Discovery wanted to vaporize the news network itself, but could only get so far. What they mean by that was there was a lot of talk of CNN being sold when the merger took place. But they stopped talking about it months ago, and it certainly doesn't look like it's being sold. Zaslav and Discovery are aware of the damage propaganda and divisive content does to business and beloved brands. I mean, how could you miss it? Having witnessed what Disney has done to Star Wars and Marvel, they don't want that for the DC properties. They don't want Batman to turn into that. This is where Batgirl figures in. Doomcock's spy contacted him again to say they heard the same story from two different sources, which was the film had a problematic, and this is problematic, ending pushed by woke people. Similar to Superman's death off screen and supplanting in The Flash, Michael Keaton's Batman was going to be killed off and replaced by Leslie Grace's Latina superhero. Oh my God, can you imagine? Let me know in the comments below. Did you think they were going to do that? Did you think that's what they wanted? And how pissed off are they that they didn't get away with being able to do that? This spy added the death was handled so badly that it would have made Disney's treatment of Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi and beyond look like a hero's death. That would have been horrific. So not only would that have damaged the DC brand, the Batgirl property, but it would have interfered with Batman. Quote, when I heard this news, Doomcock commented, his mind was effing blown. The sheer hostile woke madness of it damn near made my head explode. Well, it's like this is the whole thing with the woke stuff. That's why, Han Solo had to die and not heroically in Star Wars. Why would you keep that character around? He's way too macho. He's way too masculine to keep around. They want to kill all of that. The host added Zaslav would rather bury that woke crap deep in the vault than face the outrage that would result from killing Keaton's iconic Batman and replacing him with Grace's Batgirl. Keaton's Batman came out in the 1980s. That was the first major superhero movie to create, a craziness. The marketing for that was amazing. It was really, they just put out an updated metallic looking Batman logo. And people were going absolutely nuts for Batman by the time it came out. They were super psyched. And, it created a whole massive crossover interest in a superhero film. So yeah, this would have been like beheading your enemy if they would have gotten away with doing this. And whether they would have said, oh, well, it's kind of not canon, it would have destroyed the Batman brand. There is no way that movie is coming out. There is no way that movie is coming out. As we covered yesterday, now Warner Brothers Discovery is under attack by Congress for potentially being a monopoly because they're not showing enough woke content. This was just published yesterday, so I'll make sure there's a link to this as well in the description. And woke Disney is being attacked by investor Dan Loeb, who put $1 billion into the stock, and he's been very successful with getting changes at companies in the past. He wants layoffs, and he didn't mention it specifically, but it's very obvious that all of the woke stuff is supposedly, in 100 years, it's going to really help the company. But everyone knows, including the woke people, it's all just political stuff to get rid of powerful brands and the connection that you have to brands and your identity to it. Okay, lastly, Doomcock urges everyone to take these rumors with heaps of salt until they're corroborated, but he believes that they are indications of things some at Warner Brothers want to keep under wraps, and that there are signs his side is winning the war for pop culture. David Zaslav's people are going to win. It comes down to money. It's very hard to trick Zaslav because he's responsible for everything and everywhere. He's got teams of people. He's not just walking in himself, like Trump walking into the White House, essentially. He's walking in with a whole team from Discovery. He's got a new CFO over there at Warner Media that he put in from Discovery. And that CFO, Chief Financial Officer, they're looking at all the numbers. They're watching what's being spent, what's being spent on, what's being worked on. And it's his loyal guy. It's his loyal lieutenant. So they're going to get to the bottom of this. That's what I think. Go ahead and let me know what you think of that in the comments below. Do you think he's real serious? He's taking the hard battles and he's fighting and he's going to go after wokeness and get it out of the DC brands and the rest of Warner Brothers Discovery? Or do you think, he's just playing along? Who knows? Let me know what you think, though. I will see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.